I never thought I'd need travel insurance. I mean, who actually thinks about that kind of thing, right? You plan your trip, pack your bags, and you're excited, thinking about all the adventures ahead. But life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. A couple of months ago, I had this incredible trip to Europe lined up. I was going to explore the streets of Paris, eat gelato in Rome, and hike through the Swiss Alps. I was beyond excited. I had everything planned. Everything. Then, a week before I was supposed to leave, I got the call. It was my mom. She sounded off. I could hear it in her voice before she even said anything. She told me that my dad had had a medical emergency. My heart sank. The trip? That beautiful dream of mine? Suddenly felt so small compared to what was happening at home. I remember pacing around my living room, trying to make sense of everything. I felt this overwhelming pull to be there with my family. But I had already spent months preparing for this trip. Tickets, hotels, tours, everything was non-refundable. And I thought to myself, there's no way out of this. If I cancel now, I'll lose all that money. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I spent the next few hours in a blur of phone calls, trying to sort things out when it hit me, travel insurance. I'd gotten it on a whim, honestly. I'd read about it and thought, what's the worst that could happen? I didn't expect to need it, but now here I was, faced with the unexpected. So I called up the insurance provider, fully expecting to hear the sorry, that's not covered spiel. But instead, I was greeted with someone who actually listened. They were understanding, calm, and genuinely concerned. They didn't just tell me that I'd get my money back. They told me exactly what steps to take, how to file a claim, and what documentation I needed. And they did it all in such a way that made me feel like I wasn't alone. I didn't even have to go into the details of my family emergency. The coverage I had signed up for offered trip interruption benefits, and I could use it. I'll never forget that feeling when they assured me I could cancel the trip without losing everything. It was like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I was able to rebook my flight to be with my family. And honestly, I don't know how I would have managed the logistics of everything if I didn't have that safety net. That insurance gave me the time and space to focus on what really mattered, being there for my family. And I didn't have to worry about scrambling to find money to cover what I'd lost from the trip. It was a relief in a time when everything felt uncertain. Now, I know a lot of people brush off travel insurance, thinking it's just an extra expense that isn't necessary. But let me tell you, when life decides to throw a wrench in your plans, you'll be so glad you have it. I wouldn't have been able to get through all of that so smoothly if I hadn't had that coverage. And if I'm being totally honest, I don't even know how I stumbled upon Aura's Insure. I'll drop the link in the description. But now that I've used it, I wouldn't trust anyone else. It's not some big flashy advertisement or anything. It's just something I genuinely use and trust. Because in moments like this, when you need a lifeline, having something solid behind you can make all the difference. And yeah, maybe you don't need it now, or maybe you think you're invincible. But trust me, when the unexpected happens, you'll want that peace of mind. So if you're planning a trip, or even if you're just thinking about it, take a minute to look into it. It could be the thing that saves you when life throws you a curveball. Stay safe, plan ahead, and don't take peace of mind for granted. I'll never travel without it again.